Thank you, Sterling. So again, my name is Nils Jaeger, representing Volvo Group, specifically Volvo Autonomous Solutions. Great to be with you here in the room and also with you online. I will start with a quick disclaimer also. I also want to point you towards the last sentence here, which says that Volvo Autonomous Solutions is a minority shareholder in Aurora Innovation. I think that's important for you to know. This was written by lawyers. I would have stated Volvo Autonomous Solutions is an important shareholder in Aurora, but make out of it what you want. Before I get started, I want to talk a little bit about Volvo Group and what we do. And I think it is important to know we are founded in 1927. We are committed to shaping the future landscape of sustainable transport and infrastructure solutions. And it's every day that our customers, they use our products, they use our service to transport, deliver, build, ferry goods, objects, and people around the world. And it's our products and it's our services which help to put food on our tables, to carry people to work, to bring our children to school, to build roads, keep our cities clean, and much, much more. Effectively, we're helping to meet the growing demands of our world and our society. Now, in the Volvo Group, we have 10 business areas. You will all know Volvo Trucks, you know Mack Trucks, you know Volvo Construction Equipment. We have in total, we have 10. I represent Volvo Autonomous Solutions. We were founded in 2020, and I will talk to you a little bit what we do at Volvo Autonomous Solutions. So at Volvo Autonomous Solutions, we're not only focusing on the development of autonomous technology, but we go further and we provide our customers with autonomous transport solution, and we're providing this also through new business models. Now, the way we do it is different per industry vertical or per segment, but important is it's not conflicting and it's not competing. What you see here on the slide is two different ways how we operate. On this side here, on the right side, you see a full stack solution provided by Volvo. You see here an application in a quarry, in a mine actually in northern Norway. And for this segment, the confined segment, we've actually built our own virtual driver. And we are offering a full stack solution. That means we're integrating our virtual driver into our truck. Then we equip that truck with additional software and hardware to then allow autonomous operations. And it is in this industry where we're actually already today revenue generating. And we're doing this with true autonomous applications. So that means we have actually removed for this segment already the safety driver. We did that last year. But I'm not here today to speak about that segment. I will speak about the hub-to-hub segment today, which is also the single largest opportunity we see when we speak about autonomous technology. So for this more complex use case on highway transportation, there we have partnered with Aurora. And I think it is important to state that we have actually cooperated and collaborated with Aurora since the early days of the existence of Aurora. For me and for Volvo, this partnership is strategic, it is vital, it is very strong, and both parties act with big commitment and engagement as we have this objective to introduce to North America a new form of movement of goods into North America. Sterling and I work very close together. I used to say we're that close together. The only thing which fits in us is an autonomy-enabled Volvo truck. What is Volvo contributing to this partnership? It is the autonomy-enabled Volvo truck, and then Aurora is contributing with the Aurora driver, as you can tell. Now, the integration, however, which is a crucial part, which is very important for the safety case, that's where we're working very close together. And we also have together a very well-defined commercialization strategy. This next slide here is a very important one. These are the elements, the cornerstones for both parties towards market success. And I will go through all of those 6 points one by one. I want to start with the first one, the purpose-built autonomous platform, because it is very important that you also understand that, of course, it is very complex to build the autonomous driving system from Aurora, but it is also a very complex undertaking to build the autonomy-enabled truck. Everyone can do a proof of concept. Everyone can do a demonstration. But to put a truck on the road with redundancy built in is a completely different ballgame. So I think this slide here, I need to go back, these 6 elements, they actually show why Volvo and Aurora together are the emerging leaders in autonomous transportation space. Jointly, we have the highest credibility, we have clear progress, and together we're building the strongest ecosystem in the EV space. And to begin, I want to talk here, as I said, about our purpose-built autonomous truck platform. So at Volvo, we're building a very strong AV platform. We actually call it the Standardized Vehicle for Autonomous Transportation. The shortcut is SWAT, and it's built using the Volvo CAST system. So another acronym, CAST stands for Common Architecture and Shared Technology. And why is that important? It is important because this technology can be applied not only at the US VNL truck, which you see in the middle here, but it can be scaled across the other truck brands we have within the Volvo Group. So it can be scaled to a Mack truck, to Renault, but also to the European Volvo truck range. This allows us to scale then across geographies. Aurora and Volvo can scale across use cases, but we can also scale across different drivetrain options. Today we start with the internal combustion engine. Tomorrow it will be BEV trucks, battery electric trucks. The day after it will be fuel cell and hydrogen. We will also be able to scale across different business models. So it is this platform approach which brings us the scale, which brings us the leverage. With this we have competitiveness, and this will enable us to establish a strong market relevance. In other words, we're really thrilled and excited to start building a new autonomous transport system for the US hub-to-hub industry, but we know that the future holds more for us. Now, Aurora and Volvo are a good match, as safety is in the core of both of our companies. Now, in the case of Volvo, I could argue that safety is also part of our heritage. It was Nils, a Volvo engineer, who invented in 1959 the 3-point safety belt, and I hope you've all used it today. And we've given this patent for free to the world, and it is estimated that it has saved more than 1 million lives. Why am I saying that? I'm saying that because I believe, together with Aurora, that autonomous technology can be the next big thing, the next big element to increase safety on public roads, but also on work sites. We have just introduced a new truck platform, which is built to change everything. It has new levels of aerodynamics, as you can see on the slide. It has new safety levels. It also has new safety features. It has improved fuel consumption. And important, it's designed from the ground for autonomous use. Actually, requirements and capabilities needed for automation were also coming from Aurora. What you see behind me is not yet the autonomous version, obviously. We will launch it at ACT Expo in May. But to be not only in the business of PowerPoint, we've also brought to you a camouflage version of it. Actually, Aurora has been using this truck since last year. And important about this truck, again, is the redundancy. But what we do with this new truck is that we integrate and we centralize the controls for braking, steering, propulsion. By that, we make it standardized, but we make it very efficient for the integration of the Aurora driver. And again, purposely designed for the autonomous use case. The new truck does include redundant safety systems to ensure safety even if a severe fault would occur in the vehicle. We're monitoring the status of the critical system, and we're having a backup ready to take over, and that backup can be enabled in a moment's notice. The same applies for the commands being issued by the Aurora driver. They're generated and transmitted via 2 independent channels to ensure we have a fast and safe switch to the backup system. We're also extending the existing Volvo diagnostic capabilities for automation specific use cases. So here we are ensuring a quick and a reliable detection of any safety relevant failure within the vehicle, and then we can ensure an appropriate reaction. Now, we are in an industry which in the past has received a lot of merits and a lot of goodwill. What I want to point out is that at Volvo and Aurora, we are laser focused to develop our autonomous truck solution to the market, and we will convince with value realization. We have a very focused roadmap to deliver the first trucks for commercialization. And more important, we jointly have a clear understanding of what needs to be in place and delivered for production at scale from the main production line. You see the truck here. Again, officially we will launch it in May. But now Aurora and Volvo are operating with safety driver, and we then will move also into testing into commercial operations, again with safety driver. And of course, the significant milestone ahead of us is the removal of the safety driver. And again, we will do this with safety and redundancy in place and in mind. And we have a clear roadmap, so we know when and why we can launch, and we are proactively taking all the necessary steps to secure that the critical enablers are in place. Important is, of course, that we are undertaking already now the necessary steps to allow then the industrialization. So we work with our necessary partners within Volvo. We have created privileged access to scaling opportunities. We have all the required resources from Volvo in place. We will deploy our most modern factory. And from that factory, the truck will come from the line with the Aurora driver equipped. And I will come back to that. But what is important about that slide is Aurora and Volvo, we share a clear roadmap towards launch and towards scalable production, which then allows for both of us a real purposeful market introduction. But talking about the market, of course it is important that we get the technology in place, but being sharp about the commercialization is as critical. And we believe that autonomous transportation is not just about replacing the human driver. It's something different, it's something new. It's a new form of transportation which complements today's transportation modes. Today, we can transport by air, we can transport by train, we can transport by truck. Tomorrow, we will add autonomous transportation. But it is something different, it is something new. Now at Volvo, we have almost 100 years of experience when it comes to transportation, and still we realize we must diligently prepare for that. For that reason, we did establish a transport company. We have a motor carrier license. We've opened an operation center in Texas, and we are today deploying transportation. So we are, in fact, mimicking already today the future autonomous transport flow. We're pulling loads with standard trucks, with safety drivers for key customers. But when we're ready, when Volvo and Aurora together are ready, then we can really start operating. So what we're doing today is a very crucial step, but this step we've taken already. On the next slide, I want to talk a little bit about how we're doing the go-to-market strategy and how we approach our customers. We have realized in discussions with customers that this technology, particularly in its initial period, will be something different, it will be new, and by that it will be more challenging for our customers. So our approach is we will help them deploying it without them having the hassle of operating it themselves. So one way for us to launch is with transport as a service, where we will be a solution provider for the transport industry. We'll make it simple, we'll make it transparent in how we create the value for the industry. The cornerstones for transport as a service is, of course, the autonomy-enabled truck and the Aurora driver, but integrated into an ecosystem of autonomous trucking. We understand that not everyone will want to have that comprehensive solution, so we will also provide solutions like truck as a service in order to be able to respond to different demands, different needs from different segments and customers. But being Volvo, we have, of course, established customer relationships, and we have those since decades. So that allows us to operate from a good starting point. The next one is, of course, very important, manufacturing at scale. We hear from the market that there is a strong demand for autonomous transport solutions, autonomous trucking solutions, and that demand is growing. And you all know the reasoning for it. I think Chris has talked about it at the beginning, and I think the overall economic benefits are clear to everyone in the room. We will make this happen, we'll bring this to light. But what we're after is scale. We don't think we need to work towards small volume production. So we are in process to prepare ourselves to build and manufacture VNL trucks with redundancy and the Aurora driver integrated on our main line in our most modern factory, which is in NRV, Neuro Valley, that is Dublin, Virginia. You see it here on the slide. We have privileged access to the best-in-class manufacturing capacity. We can utilize top-tier hardware. We can integrate the Aurora driver in this plant, where we already today build from this plant trucks with conventional diesel drivetrain, but also with BEV drivetrains. Then we have an ecosystem which is supported by the strong Volvo dealer network with more than 1,000 service points in the country. But to achieve all this, to get to all this, we of course need to have access to talent, and we believe on both sides that we have access to the best talent in the industry. We are on a very strong path. We're supporting each other, and we both know that this business we're in is actually a people's business. So it is the amount of talent we deploy on both sides, on both companies, on both sides of the ocean. But very important is how we collaborate. And this is where we believe we're making the difference. Our skills are not conflicting, they're complementary. But one thing we all share, we're fueled by making the next big step, and that is bringing autonomy to life. And we want to do that for real, and it will happen. Thank you.